Number 1,
Number 2,
Number 3,
4,
5, 6, 7,
Number 8,
9,
10,
11.
12.
The life of a human being is worth every effort to allow that child to be born. Abortions are one of many things everybody has different variations of opinion on. As defined by the 2015 Merriam-Webster Dictionary, an abortion is the expulsion of a fetus that the uterus before it reaches the stage of fertility in human beings, usually the 20th week of gestation. An abortion may occur spontaneously, in which case it is also called a miscarriage, or it may be brought on purposefully, in which is also called an induced abortion. Encyclopedia 2015. Today, an abortion has become commonly used and carelessly as a convenience to women around the United States as a form of birth control instead of being responsible by using contraception. More than 53 million abortions have been performed in the United States alone since Roe v. Wade was decided in 1973. Hawkins, What Has Roe Done? 2014. Abortion has always been and probably always will be a controversial topic in which everybody will not see eye to eye on or agree upon. In the midst of the debate, two groups have formed. The groups are referred as pro-life and pro-choice. According to ProQuest, pro-life supporters claim that life being at conception, therefore abortion at any stage of the pregnancy, is murder. They believe that life is valuable and life of an unborn baby has the same right as the mother. On the other hand, pro-choice supporters claim that it is the woman's right to choose what she would like to do with her body. These pro-abortionists claim that anti-abortionists are truly against the right of women and free choice rather than the termination of a fetus. Choosing the Right to Choose, 2013. Pro-life and pro-choice supporters differ on many of the opinions, specifically concerning when life begins, including but not limiting to effects abortions have on the mother, and how politics and religion play a role in abortion. How is aborting a child that has no say in what is about to happen okay? From my viewpoint, abortion is and never will be all right. There are many other options that benefit not only the child's life, but also families that cannot conceive children of their own. Everyone has to face the question in their life if they are pro-life or pro-choice. There are many reasons why people are pro-choice, but that doesn't make it the ethical thing to do. Even before I began this paper, I was set on pro-life. The last thing I want is a child to be aborted when there are thousands of women out there that struggle to have a child. A lot of people have struggled financially, go through rough times, but aborting a child that doesn't have a say in whether or not they would like to live, that's not ethically correct or okay. Going through all research, facts, and articles makes me really reflect about what people are thinking when they do such harmful things. Before digging deeper into the history or current debates over the issue about abortion, it is important to look at statistics about abortion since the existence of the United States. According to studies released in 2014 by the Massachusetts Medical Society, on average there are 14,644 abortions among teens within the state of Texas solely. 1.29 million abortions have been performed in this country alone. Researchers in the same group as Massachusetts Medical Society show that in 1994, approximately half of all pregnancies in the United States were neither accidental nor planned. Half of those pregnancies unfortunately ended in abortion, the New England Journal of Medicine 2006. Most people don't take the time to imagine how many children could possibly be within the loving home through adoption, while living joyfully, playing sports, getting an education, and all the things we experience as valuable living humans. Shannon, I don't know if it's still recording. There is so much value in an unborn child's life, so much at stake before the baby has even a chance to make an appearance in the world. Why can't there be a law for infertile mothers, or even a mother that just wants to have another child at an older age without having risk of birth defects? There are thousands of children born every day with birth defects, but should people love this child any less than they would a healthy child? Many doctors' offices have technology today that allows early detection for many birth defects, some of which they can correct in utero. Spinal bifida is an example of a birth defect that could not be detected but can now. Lastly, Down syndrome is a poor example for people's reasonings to abort a child. When statistically testing for Down syndrome shows false positives, so people would be aborting a healthy child. Cunningham, Aborting a Handicap, 2000. From my standpoint, people that are pro-choice only think in the moment and don't think of others' needs. For example, a woman that can be infertile. People that do selfish acts of aborting a child is perceived to be thinking most convenient for them. A lot of women today can't have children due to diseases, cancers, or infertility. Cunningham, Aborting a Handicap, 2000. What happens to an infertile mother when they are trying to adopt a child or a young adult? If abortion takes place, there is no chance that a child can be adopted. A lot of women that can't have children search to adopt, especially for newborns. If an individual that chooses to adopt would instead carry the child to full term and place for adoption, then these infertile mothers would have more options. Unfortunately, the adoption process is a very difficult and completely new topic that would have to be talked about. There are many differences of opinions concerning abortion. I believe that it is more than a choice to be made, but a child's life to be saved. I am for the rights of women and believe that they should have control over their bodies, but when it comes to selfish acts by murdering an infant, that's when I don't agree. They have just as much rights to live as any other human being. There are other options for women to consider rather than abortions. Many opportunities for children, such as adoption, foster care, or raising a child, can arise when coming to a decision rather than aborting. In the end, so many politics, religion, people, and even parents look down about abortion. This doesn't always change the people's actions, but towards the end, people might financially realize that they are doing to their bodies is truly harmful.